Let's go to exoplanet science and find a pair of spheres that roundhouse kicks the prevailing planetary formation paradigms. Beta Pictoris has at least two planets, B and C. It turns out that the brightness measurements are challenging. They think either disk instability or accretion creates the forming planets in the young stellar disk, but B is so bright that it challenges one paradigm, and the lack of brightness to C relative to B challenges the other. The drawing board is behind you, scientists. Eraser on the ledge. Archive failed to produce a PDF for this one, but I hope that gets rectified today, because this is a fantastic concept, shaking up earthquake science to better represent small swarms and large megathrusts, buckling and collapsing rather than striking and slipping. But for veteran observers who know the danger of unlocking the thermoelectric plasticity at the low velocity zone between the crust and the mantle, this one is more inspiring. In that all-important lower crustal layer runs thin conductive pathways, which is what they mean by low resistivity. The study also looks into the activation energy for lower crustal creep. It's way lower than most believed, which is not a good sign when the sun unleashes on a magnetically reversing planet. Veteran observers also know I was probably better at electromagnetic biology than heliophysics. One of the key ways our immune system is activated is through electrostatic discharge from the membranes of invading bacteria, or the corona of viruses. The coronavirus is no different. It's an anionic signal our body seeks, which begins sending out cationic antimicrobial peptides like LL37. A new paper comes so close to the absolutely real reason why this new bug seems to overinflame its host. The stronger the coronal discharge, the stronger the signal to your body, an activation of the immune system. While it does fight invaders, it does directly cause inflammation to the body. And for those who understand the topic enough to know people's overcharged immune response is often what causes their respiratory failure with this virus, yeah, that's the electric signal of the pathogen. Now, the haymaker. We're at the Ozone with the geophysical research letters, redeeming yesterday's ridiculousness and taking three of the most important stories to another level. It's simple. We have better models, math, and observations now than during the Montreal Protocol, and we can see that the ozone-destroying chemicals can't quite take all the blame we had wished to put upon them. It's not that simple of an equation, and a reduction in those chemicals will simply produce less of a benefit to the climate because they were not the ozone destroyers in the first place. And so we come back to that story from yesterday about a record cold polar vortex triggering the record northern ozone hole due to chemical accumulation. I don't think so. The better explanation is a small enhancement from the vortex, which broke those records because of the solar forcing, icing a cake made of increased proton bombardment under the weakening magnetic field of Earth undergoing a flip. And that takes us back to the paper mainstream global warmists want to forget exists. Too bad it's in Nature. Half of the Arctic warming, which accounts for 1/3 of all global warming, comes from ozone loss, and if that's not due to the ozone-depleting chemicals so much, then we must look to the space energy-driven ozone interactions, especially since they are known chemical processes, and the ongoing magnetic event on Earth demands this is exactly what should happen, and it's what we see. Only a grant to blame us for everything could blind one to the truth.